Excuse me, Anders, can you tell me how you think the team has been playing recently? Okay, well, can you tell me why you haven't put the puck in since December 23rd against the Blue Jackets? Jordan Eberle, any comment on this? Josh Bailey, anything to add? Josh Bailey? Are you Josh Bailey's doppelganger? Wait, that's why you're not scoring! What's up everyone, welcome to Hockey Island. I really just wanted to do a video today in lieu of the fact that there's been so much outcry based on last night's loss. It seems everyone's in uproar over last night's loss. Why did we lose? What happened? What's going on with this team? Why aren't we putting pucks in the net? Why is he? Yes, everyone has an opinion on this one, that's for sure. Including me. First off, I'm sure all or most of you know that Adam Pelech has been sidelined for the rest of the season. However, this news brings newfound opportunity for Mr. Noah Dobson. Yes, that's right, Noah, your opportunity to rise is here. So Mr. Dobson, I await your opportunity and I await your response to this. I hope you don't disappoint. Considering a lot of people have been complaining about his ice time, this is going to be a great opportunity for him to prove his worth. So Noah Dobson, we're all behind you, brother. And Adam Pelech, I know this is really bad news for you. I know an Achilles injury is nothing to joke about, so I hope you can get back, rehab real well, and get back with us as soon as possible. Now, on to other matters. So on my train ride home today, I decided to see what the fan base was doing on not only Instagram and Twitter, but YouTube as well. It seems everybody is all over the place about why we lost last night, and honestly, it's a very confusing discussion to read. Considering we're halfway through the season anyway, I figured I'd post a video, but I had to discuss on the reaction from everyone from last night. Now right off the bat, a lot of people have been pointing fingers at different players and there's no consistency. I'm talking pointing fingers at Thomas Kuhnhackl. I'm talking pointing fingers at Devon Toews, Jordan Eberle. What about Josh Bailey? Ross Johnston just hasn't been there and he hasn't shown up. But how can you say Ross Johnston when you're looking at Derek Brassard who hasn't done anything either? Honestly, it might be Leo Komarov. No, you gotta throw it out because you know why? It's too random. Last night was a team loss and I'm sure a lot of you have gone over this already, but seriously, it was a team effort. We all lost. There was no specific guy to blame last night. There was no one player that blew the game. I don't care if one guy got a shot off and got it in. It still wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game. The ongoing story here is that we don't have enough Islander players on the ice who can rip shots every game like Matt Barzal and Brock Nelson. Because in all honesty, if you look who's been more consistent over the season, it's been Brock. It's been Matt Barzal. Who has the most shots on the team? Brock Nelson. Who has the most goals on the team? Matt Barzal. Barzal and Brock are the gunners on this team. There's no question about that. But why is everybody in an uproar now? Listen, this has been a problem since day one, and I think a lot of you know that already. It's just now everybody's freaking out because we're starting to lose games. Here's the unfortunate part about this problem that we've been having. It's out of our control. And what I mean by that is Lou Lamoriello has the control here. We can discuss the Kiefer Bellows situation all day and why he's not on the NHL squad. But simply put, it's up to Lou. It's up to Lou. Why has Oliver Wahlstrom been put on the NHL squad for a couple of games, but not Kiefer Bellows? I don't even have the answer to that one. I think the honest answer is that Lou saw something in Oliver Wahlstrom that can contribute to the squad. However, in my opinion, this would be a good time to try Kiefer Bellows. And many might say, you run the risk of actually putting him in too early and blowing his confidence. Listen, I totally agree with that. I totally get that, but the guy is playing great. It's not like he's playing just mediocre and doing all right and we're just gonna bring him up. I don't think that's the case at all. The case is simply the guy is doing so well and he deserves a shot. And I get like recently Lou's been super vague about bringing Kiefer Bellows up. I think his response the other day was literally, we'll see what happens. Something to that extent. So Lou, what's the deal? Why hasn't Kiefer been brought up yet? And I'll hit you with another question. Why hasn't Lou brought up any other prospects that we might or might not be pursuing? Listen, I'm all in for bringing another prospect in, but this guy has to be the right element for the team. Guys get brought in and they think they're going to be this huge addition to the scoring front. And really what ends up happening is you actually screw up the chemistry within the team. Listen, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I've seen it before and it's something to consider, especially when you have an Islanders team that's not running off pure talent alone. Yeah, the team's chemistry is what's keeping them alive. This team is bought into one goal of a defensive-minded game and they've been running with it. And how dare you think it's a good idea to bring in someone else to actually potentially screw up that chemistry? But we might have to. Facts are facts, we're not putting a lot of pucks in the net. Bottom line is there's no guarantees to this game, and if you bring someone in that doesn't pan out, what now? We're already halfway through the season. And we're still sitting kind of pretty. However, keep in mind that wild card is not that far off. In other words, it's a tight race at this point. But then again, we're only halfway. Things could change completely here. I'm not one to speculate ever, and I don't want to start doing it, but things could potentially change for the best. On another note, I'm not sure if anyone watched one of those 12 NHL games last night besides the Islanders game, but oh my gosh, everybody brought their game. Yeah, just from watching some of the highlights and watching some of those endings to those games, there is some serious talent and ability out there that we should be mindful of. And I bring this up because at this point in the season, no NHL team is safe. All NHL teams are now fighting to prove themselves, and not just in ability, but in the standings. Offensively, defensively, and consistent goal scorers are starting to show themselves. Wait, can we just talk about Jack Eichel for a second? This guy has already been an all-star, but can we talk about how he's been so outstanding and so consistent as a goal scorer? Keyword consistent. And honestly, this goes back to what the Islanders need. They may need someone like Jack Eichel to come in and start putting pucks in the net. Jack Eichel has been on a tear. Eichel now has 54 points and 26 goals. He's easily on track to beat his 81-point season that he had in 2015 and 2016. So to close this out, I just want to say I agree with all you guys. Every single comment that you guys put on paper today was true. To an extent, of course, but this inability to put the puck in the net has absolutely drained this team to a point where we are saying, who's at fault here? I'll tell you who's at fault here. Everybody. Everybody's at fault. There's no one guy in this team that's just dragging us down. Everybody is responsible for the games we lose. Listen, Trotz wanted the team to buy in as a team and do everything as a team while they're losing as a team, people. Could I call out names all day that just haven't put the puck in the net? Absolutely. So guys, let's pray to the hockey gods that we get some goals going forward. Whether or not that means we get the goals from someone that's not on our team yet or that's on our team, I don't really care because I just want goals and I want the Islanders to be successful going into the playoffs. So on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been another episode of Hockey Island. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And always remember, this is our island.